much of it because it's son. Oh, sorry.
Late in the summer of 1977, an historic mission of exploration was launched. Twin spacecraft, christened Voyager 1 and 2, broke free from the Earth's gravity on journeys to the outer reaches of the solar system. Their primary destinations were the four giant outer planets: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. For 13 years, the Voyagers probed these mysterious worlds at close range, while collecting data and transmitting stunning images back to Earth. Among thousands of pictures of planets and moons, perhaps the most memorable was recorded on February the 14th, 1990, when Voyager 1 approached the edge of the solar system, then turned back toward the Sun. With its wide and narrow-angle cameras, the spacecraft captured unprecedented views of our home star and 6 of its orbiting planets. One of them appeared as a small pale dot, engulfed by a ray of sunlight. It was the Earth, from nearly 4 billion miles away. While the world gazed intently at this pinpoint of light, timeless questions about its meaning, purpose, and significance suddenly took on new relevance. And once again, as in ages past, we paused to consider our planet's role within the grand scheme of the universe.
Until we get permission to show the video, I shouldn't play any more than that because it's going out on YouTube. But I highly recommend it because there's some wonderful stuff in here. There's a journey to the outer edges of the universe, which goes on for supposedly billions of years, this journey at the speed of light. But in actual fact, it's recognized now that the speed of light is not a constant. And I know that I had an article that appeared in the Sunday Times some time ago that in a laboratory they increased the speed of light by a factor of times 6. And I've got an article somewhere, sure where it is at the moment, but it is here tonight, which indicates that when the Big Bang took place, the speed of light, which as you know is 186,200 miles per second, you'd need to add another 70 noughts on the right to give you the speed at which the light emitted from the Big Bang. Because of they arrived at this because of the relative uniformity throughout the entire observable universe, and they can, as you know, they can observe in incredibly long distances now. And of course, the universe is made up of billions and billions of galaxies, which are in clusters. And our galaxy is part of what's called the local group. But I mean, something like, I think the galaxy is 16,000 light years across. And we are between 2 spiral arms, which gives us an advantage because there's not too much dust and debris. We're in a very favoured place, not too much radiation, and also because there's not too much dust, we can see. We're in a very good position to see throughout the universe. And of course, this is another thing that when you look at the way our Earth is positioned, it's in exactly the right distance from the Sun. The Moon is 1/400th the distance from us as we are from the Sun. And some people might say it's stretching coincidence a bit far, but the diameter of the Moon is also exactly 1/400th of the diameter of the sun. So when you get an eclipse, the moon fits over the sun for a few moments perfectly, and you've just got the corona around the edge. And then at that point, in fact, in the 19th century, I think it was, that they, by observing the spectra of the light, the little bit of light which was coming out from the sun, it wasn't too bright, so they could actually measure what was coming out, and they were able to take the spectral readings of the right the way across the entire spectrum of the light that came out of the sun. So they were able to work out all the elements which are in the sun, and that was done in the 19th century. But anyway, these are just little bits of information, which, I mean, I quite enjoy this sort of thing, because you never know, somewhere along the line you find it fits in with something else, and it helps you to make sense of things. What I want to do now is talk with my notes, I've actually got two sets of notes here to work from, but it depends how we're doing for time. I know that Maria and Dusty have got to go at 9, so if
20 minutes until 9.
Yeah, so if I go on for about quarter of an hour, and then we can have a question and answer session, and then if you'd like, if people are interested, I can go back to what I've still got to present. I mean, I covered the question of the origins of evil and the Big Bang, and of course it does beg the question, which I'm not going to attempt to answer, which is why the creation? I think that the Bible would perhaps say the reason for the creation was for God's satisfaction, and to give him company as well. So that's one possible rather simplified approach. As I think I mentioned with the origins of evil and these fallen angels and so on, if we go further back from that, Lucifer, who became Satan, was created perfect, and he was described as the anointed cherub that covers the throne of God. He was perfect in all his ways, had all knowledge, wisdom, beauty. He had absolutely everything. And then an evil thought came into his mind, and he said, and pride came into his heart. And he said, I will be like Most High. I will ascend on the sides of the north, and have my throne equal to the Most High. And there was war in the heavenlies, and it says that he took a third of the stars of heaven, which is believed to be a euphemism for a third of all the angels with him. And there was a war. Now, in actual fact, there are references to cosmic war in Egyptian, Sumerian, and I believe South American ancient records. And there's something pretty horrendous did go on in the solar system. In fact, the Sumerian traditions talk about a planet called Tiamat, which was hit and destroyed. And in fact, what it's thought is that this planet was struck by a large body which sort of broke a great chunk off it. And we're talking the time before, way before the times of Adam and Eve, and we could be talking about maybe millions of years ago, I don't know. But the point is that there is evidence of life on Mars, and there's certain strange things about our solar system, like the moon is actually hollow. In fact, when the NASA exploded something on the surface, it rang like a bell for half an hour. The way that the moon has been positioned, it's very obviously